I have a lot of female clients that come to me about irregular menstrual cycles. Um, Also, women that are trying to conceive and just can't. Um, it's a really delicate. Uh, it's a really delicate situation, to work with people in this area, because a lot of times what I've noticed is we're like, well, why is my body not working correctly? Why is it not doing what it's supposed to do? And the thing is when we're thinking these things and we're so sure that there's something wrong with our menstrual cycle, that it's supposed to be presenting in a certain way because we have like so many ways of measuring. We have these, I mean, I have an app that tells you, okay, if your cycle ends this day, then you're going to be starting this day and you're going to be ovulating right here. And what those apps and things do not bring, they don't consider is the human mind and beliefs and what we say to ourselves and different events that come into our lives in between, when our bleeding is happening and the ovulation's happening and when the bleeding is supposed to start again. So much happens in those weeks in between. And we're looking at, okay, my body's not performing right. Must be something like wrong with it. There must be something wrong with me. And what I try to invite people to understand is that, our pituitary, which is also governed by our hypothalamus. It's almost like if you could look at the hypothalamus is like the king and the pituitary kind of sits in the lap of the king. And if there is something blocking the communication of, the information being received is being received in a, not a faulty way. It's saying, okay, this amount of hormones and things like that need to be released at this moment to these different areas in our bodies. And if that's like a miscommunication of what's actually needed because of held on emotion that's kind of like trapped and not allowing the correct information to get through, then it's not going to. And you sitting there and telling yourself, my cycle's all wrong, my cycle's all wrong, that's not going to change it. You're reinforcing in yourself that there's something wrong with me, which doesn't help things to co-regulate whatsoever. But if you accepted, okay, this is how my period is this month, and this is how my menstrual cycle wants to show up this month, I don't know, there's more of a level of acceptance, and that sends lots of different kinds of signals, to yourself, different ones than I'm broken. So if you continue to reinforce I'm broken, then it's going to continue to show up as what you've decided that you are. And yeah, that seems to be the way it works. So maybe next time your system says, okay, I'm going to be like a week late on bleeding. Maybe not look at it like that. All right, that's just how I'm showing up right now, and it's okay. It's okay. That feels so different. That like can start to unclog, what's being clogged, and then the right information can start to come through. If you start to look at the different themes and the different things that you're saying, if you become aware of what you're saying to yourself and some of those strong beliefs, you can see it in the way that you act and think and respond to different things that show up in your life. Will kind of show you like a hidden like an insight of what you believe and how that is keeping from you the proper flow that you're really trying to achieve. So if you look at the different events that are going on in your life, so let's say that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and you're like, I need to ovulate like this in order for me to feel like I am good enough as a woman. I'm like 35 or 36, and there's all these belief systems around like my time is running out. My cycle needs to be perfect and pristine in order for my eggs to be perfect and pristine so I can give birth and I can feel like a real woman, worthy of being a woman, worthy of being somebody's wife. So when you look at that, that's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure, and when that pressure can be like a dam for some people, because it doesn't always for everybody. There are some people that can put that pressure on themselves and they can get pregnant like nothing. Like me, I was like, I called myself like a baby machine. Like I feel like I got that from my mom. Like I could get pregnant all the time. But you know, so it really depends on the person and what their karmic design is. So coming back to that, all that pressure of I need to perform in this kind of way in order to be worthy of my partner's love, so he doesn't leave me. I can produce this child and I can be a mother. And so it's like a pressure that becomes like a dam, and it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. So if we just took apart those pieces, those little pieces of wood that have made that dam, that are like the compilation of all these like belief systems and all these negative connotations on ourselves, and just kind of like allowed ourselves to be exactly as we are right in this moment, and also allow that to be good enough. And I know that that's like not that's not easy. I mean, that's why people work with me, and that's why I work with other people, is to help to identify these different beliefs and to loosen them up. But if you just like looked at just the belief of I need to do this, this, and this, and this in order to be worthy, and really sat with that and really looked at that, and would be like willing to really go into that like on your own, and just be with the emotions and everything, the energy underneath that, and just like sit with it like you're having like tea with somebody, you know, you're just like being the container for that. I have a feeling that you would start to see like a difference in your menstrual cycle. Um, I used to, for myself personally, I used to have premenstrual symptoms that made it look like I was going into the fucking Twilight Zone. Like for like, I don't know, it seemed like a week and a half, like everything would be like switched, and it would be like an eerie kind of casting over like everything in my life. Like, yes, I was in one of those black and white, The Outer Limits or something like that episodes. Um, and I really felt at that time like I couldn't help it, and I was so sensitive and so quick to be angry, and I just worked on my menstrual cycle, and the blocks and everything that was underneath it for probably about, I don't know, years. And now, you know, and then it gradually went to where I would have like 2 days before my period that I would be all like sketchy. And recently, like last month, it was like, oh, I don't know. I just felt like I arrived in a new space, and that was like, this is good. Like I didn't even need like I didn't even need like a heating pad really on my abdomen this last one. Um, so I was just really grateful. Like I really don't feel that the menstrual cycle has to be like a doomsday sort of situation, you know? And I just felt encouraged to speak on this. So I hope it's helpful. And I hope everybody has a good day today.